Speccarino.
Yo, change your name.
Alright, so are you guys good with callouts? Just like basic, it's super easy. That's Cliff, that's China, that's House, that's usually called Japan or Bridge. It's not usually used in sixes that much. And then this is like Grass and Cement. If you guys have other ones, that's fine. That's just what I'm gonna use. So, I'll get on Scout, it'll be easier.
Can you change your name?
Can I change my name?
Yeah.
Fuck's a pretty good name. A+.
Okay, so,
Thanks.
yeah, so in general, just like as medic, your heal order on this map, you don't want a soldier who equalizes. You want at the start of the round, you're gonna get your demo to 260, and then actually a little bit before setup time ends, you're gonna get both your soldiers to 300. Then get your beam back on your demo as long as you can. Then your soldiers as long as you can, and then your scouts should stay close with you, basically. So yeah, you can't have a soldier equalize on this map. It'll fuck you over too hard because you don't want to go through a kit. In general, coming to mid, you're gonna either go left or right. I like left a lot more. You have a lot more room, so you can come out through here and go to left is usually the fastest way to do it. What's really important about Viaduct is that your soldiers don't take heals. So generally, at the start of the mid, you want to have like your soldiers bomb. So your demo's gonna call like, this is like your aggressive mid. Your demo's gonna call where their medic and demo is playing, and then you're going to bomb them. You can do the high bomb off this wall here, jump up and then jump off and land onto them, and another soldier can go across left, or you can both go from the right, whatever. But it's just
the pocket run gunboats.
It's up to you. I would definitely try and run gunboats as pocket, unless you are absolutely dependent on shotgun.
If we're holding, would we want a soldier like spamming the tunnel so people don't get behind us?
Let me get through mids and then I'll talk about holds.
I was just reading about that.
Yeah. So as your soldiers bomb, that's when your demo gets aggressive, and that's when your scouts take beam and run across. Until your soldiers bomb, you generally want to have one scout playing like on the rock or around the rock, just trying not to take too much damage and draw eyes. And then another scout playing like here, close with your medic and demo. Really, and like in your situation, like playing open teams, if you get that coordination down and that like bombing at the same time, your roamer should call when he bombs, then your pocket bombs behind him, like everybody shoots the same things, that should be enough to win you guys your mids, as long as you're not like just horribly whiffing your shots. So that's like what I would worry about, is like just if you can get your aggressive mid down, you should be good. It's just you want to make sure that your soldiers bomb, do damage, and your scouts are able to take heals. It's really powerful to be able to play on the rocks as scout. So like, as your soldiers bomb, maybe one of your scouts plays up on their rock to try and clean up on damage. As medic, it can be tempting to like see a soldier bomb and just like try and go in here and hide and not take any damage from it, but really you just need to get across, and you need to be okay with dying on this mid as medic, because it's when you take your heals out too early that you're gonna end up like losing fights. Like if your soldiers bomb, your scouts run across, your demo starts pushing, and a soldier bombs you and you back up like this by yourself, you just lost the mid for your team basically, because they're just gonna use their heals to kill everybody on their side that's fighting, and you're not gonna have that. So it's really important to not bait your team as medic, and just like not like just die every single mid regardless of what happens, but like make sure that you're always healing somebody who's not like someone who's already full buff. Like always be getting heals out on this fight, like more than any other mid. It's really important. This is like the one map where your technical skill as medic is going to have the biggest impact. So beyond that, that's your aggressive mid, is everybody just pushes you need a loud call from your demo on where their combo is, and you need a loud call from your roamer or pocket, whoever bombs first, when they're bombing and what they're shooting. For if you're looking to play a passive mid, if you're like you can't stop dying to their soldier bombs, and your scouts aren't getting anything done pushing across, you can have a soldier go, like your roamer can roll out to jump up here and just like shoot down at their soldiers when they're bomb. You can have a scout who plays here. Almost always want a scout on rock. And then your medic can play more passive instead of trying to be like up here healing people on point. He can be like right here, healing your demo as he spams. And this is the mid where it's, so if you're doing a passive mid, try and focus more on living. So like if you're playing like back here, using the house to kite damage, whatever, that's fine. But do remember that you can be more aggressive after the Bionic buff, where if you're healing someone who's hurt, it'll give you the like better regen.
Yeah.
Alright. So let's start with you win mid and you're setting up for a hold. If you're not forward holding, you're gonna want, you can play like on their side of point or on your side of point. But either way, you probably want a scout on the rock closest to you. If you're holding on like their side of point, you can have you can have a soldier here to spam them. Your medic would usually be like right here. And then yeah, you would want like a roamer who can sit like, your roamer can be like here, and then you should be able to rotate to buff him easily. Or he can go up here, but that's a bit exploitable. What's important as roamer is if like the other team is coordinated enough to like say they bomb a soldier into you and have both their scouts run into you, like they're just trying to overwhelm your flank, like you need to recognize that early and just honestly, like if you see a soldier bombing you and a scout running at you, so just like jump back to your team, because the way that you win Viaduct is you don't die on defense. The only time it is acceptable to die on defense is if you're killing their medic. Literally, like, nothing else that you nothing else that you kill on Viaduct will be worth it, because they'll spawn before you, and, like, they'll be 5v6. Even if, like, you could honestly bomb and kill, like, as a soldier, you could bomb and kill, like, a scout, or, like, a soldier in a demo, and it wouldn't even do that much for you, because they can just respawn before you. So even though you got those 2 picks, which is normally a good trade, they'll be up 8 seconds before you, and they can just push off that 1 pick. So just, and as scout especially, like, you should really try to limit your deaths. You shouldn't try to flank that often on scout if you have the point, because you'll be able to do really so much by sitting on point, like sitting on the rock, taking like 20% heals, and just shooting anything that comes near you. So yeah, not dying on defense, like, only committing for things if you're sure that you're gonna get a med pick. Your Ubers, like, don't worry about getting kills with the Uber, because since there's a timer, all that you have to do to win a fight is tie it. If at the end of the fight it's 4v4, your medic is up, and their medic is up, like, you won that fight. So yeah, that's probably the most important thing. And where you'll see a lot of lower level teams get caught out is you see a scout who runs in and he gets 1 kill, and he's like, okay, I traded for their demo, that's good, but it's not, because their demo spawns before your scout. So, okay, all that aside, yeah, you can have a roamer playing over here. This tunnel is usually pretty easy to spam to keep anything from getting through, and as medic, do try to keep everybody on your team buffed. Like during your holds, like say a more passive hold, where your medic is like right here, or playing back here, as you have like a scout on rock, your pocket playing like aggro on point, your demo playing aggro on point, and then you have a roamer sitting here. Like, you need to make sure that he stays buffed, because you don't want him to just get overrun by their flank. And if you see that happening, you can either jump out or call for people to help you, but you can't just die to that. You need to either turn it into a good fight for you, or you need to just back up. And, like, sometimes it's just unavoidable that shit's gonna get behind you. If, like, another thing is, like, some teams like to send soldiers to jump behind, and, like, if both of their soldiers jump behind you, you should just jump both of your soldiers into them and, like, go win the fight like that. If people getting behind you constantly is a problem, because it's when you try to focus your attention in two directions, turn around and look for, like, one soldier who's just jumping around, and then their combo all comes in at the same time and they crush you like that, that's not good. Like, if you can't get the kill on the guy behind quick, it's better to just go into their team than, like, try to deal with killing someone who's stuck behind, either leaving it up to a 1v1 or sending two people back. Neither of those things are going to end very well for you. In terms of if there's stuff getting behind. So, are there any questions so far?
Sniper. Like, that's gonna happen.
Like, you guys are gonna run a sniper, or there's gonna be a sniper?
No, the other
against you?
team's gonna definitely run a sniper.
Alright, so if...
But
Yeah, if the other team is running a sniper against you, during every team fight, like, not just during transition times where they're, like, waiting for a pick, if there's, like, a full team fight going on, your roamer just needs to jump behind and kill him every single time he can. Generally, he's just going to be sitting on China, or sitting lower house, or sitting on cliff, and every single time there's a fight, you just need to jump behind and kill him. And that should limit his effectiveness. If they're playing off their sniper for a pick, you have to either be aggressive enough to shut him down from peeking. So say that their sniper's trying to play cliff, like, you either need a demo who's here and spamming him, and, like, a soldier maybe up here spamming him, and, like, just locking him down from being able to peek, or you can play passive enough that, like, he just can't see anyone. That's generally not what you want to do. You don't want to just give them, like, free position, but sometimes you have to. But it's like when you try and play this in between, like, your pockets, like, say, like, right here, trying to, like, shoot up at him, your demo's maybe disconnected, and your medic ends up standing, like, here. That's, like, when you're gonna get into trouble, is when you're not fully committed to aggressive or passive. So either aggressive enough to shut him down completely, or passive enough that he can't see anyone. And then, the way that the fight will usually develop is if you're playing so passive that he can't see anyone, generally it just means your demo's playing back here and your soldier's playing back here, you're spamming them as they walk onto point, and then you're going to have an Uber trade as they walk onto point, and your pocket should use his flash of the Uber to jump behind and kill the sniper. And just turn every fight into a 5v6 by always taking the opportunity to jump behind and kill the sniper. So if it's like an Uber trade where both teams Uber, your pocket just uses that to kill the sniper. Or if it's an off Uber, maybe it's your roamer, but definitely one of your soldiers.
Yo, I'm gonna have to scrim after this. Should I try to find a 9:30, or should I just wait until, or 8:30, or should I wait till 9?
It's almost 8:30 now.
Yeah, I know. There's
So not 8:30.
No way there.
Alright, are you guys...
Sorry, keep on going.
Any other questions so far? Okay, so...
what about forward holding?
Okay, yeah, your forward hold is gonna be, this is the hold that every, like, IMR invite team is gonna do, is a demo on cliff, a scout playing, like, a scout on cliff too, and then your soldier is, your soldiers are both on the left, like, you can abuse this corner if you're running rocket launcher or even original really easily. And then another soldier just in a position to spam main. Still playing on the right here, and then one scout on China. And then, as medic, you can just rotate to buff that scout really quick, it shouldn't be too hard. Teams are gonna break that forward hold by just pushing through cliff. And so a lot rides on your demo's ability to, like, use his stickies effectively and lock down cliff. So it's a lot of responsibility for your demo, but if he dets his stickies, he gets a kill, and then they keep pushing and coming through and he's not able to do anything else and he backs up, you guys have to, like, your demo is usually the one who's going to be calling off the forward hold because they're just going to push out into him. Then he's going to back to point, and you guys have to, like, listen to that and not just sell him out by staying on the right here. So, yeah, that's the weak point of that forward hold, and that's usually how like, it's broken, is trying to kill that soldier. And if you guys are getting, like, forward held by the other team, The specific way I like to break it is you have, you're gonna go out main and then jump up to cliff. Your demo and a soldier are gonna just jump this cliff, try and kill a demo and scout there. You're all gonna try and run out right really quick, basically, and try and catch them out on the right if like that forward hold is done to you. Anything else right now? Alright. So if you're, say, like, at any point, if the other team ends up with, like, 70% or more Uber advantage, the go-to play is usually a 4-man sack, which, are you guys familiar with that at all?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, it's pretty simple. You have a scout, both your soldiers and your demo all bomb the medic, and whoever's in first needs to call where the medic is, and then everyone else should jump that. Generally, your demo like moves the fastest with his jump, so it's going to be him calling, and then your soldiers just follow it up, and you're just going for the force. And another important aspect of the 4-man sack is that after you get the force, if you don't see any kills that you should get, you should either die or just like honestly just kill bind, because you all want to be on the same respawn timer and you all want to be respawning as soon as possible. Like if you all 4 of you jump in, there's no way you're gonna like live through that and get back once they're like forced. So don't try and like just like honestly kill bind, get back with your team and like get ready to push. If they only have like 50% Uber, I'm a big fan of just trying to dry push and not letting too much time get wasted. And then, as a medic, you just have to be cognizant of how close they're getting to Uber, and if you haven't won the fight by the time they're getting Uber, just, like, backing up and letting the fight end and, like, forcing their Uber like that. So yeah, you guys, I would suggest running the 4-man sack. It's a pretty simple strat. There's not a whole lot that can go wrong. While you're doing it, your medic can just sit and spawn and build with one of your scouts.
Oh, we don't
sack is... Go ahead, Blazin.
So we'd only do that if they have Uber add on us, right?
Yeah, and if it's like more than 50%. If it's less than 50%, you should try and dry push.
Okay.
And is that for Uber ad and crits?
If they have crits ad, you can just try and bait out the
Uber.
crits.
Okay.
Are a lot of teams running crits against you guys?
No, not yet,
No.
but I
this map's really
figured
good.
people on this map
Yeah.
might run it more.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do it if they're on crits. Most medics won't force to crits. So I would maybe just try dry pushing and trying to bait it out.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so the way that you're gonna dry push this map is there's a lot of responsibility on your roamer, really. So there's a couple like jumps you can do to put you in good positions, but a lot of times you want to come from under cliff or on cliff, and then what's going to happen is you're going to get your roamer buffed, your roamer is going to bomb, and you're going to follow him. Now, just because your bombing is roamer, it doesn't mean that you're dying. Like, there's a lot of things you can do to just because your goal is to just make space. It's not necessarily to just kill the medic. So like you're pushing from this side and you push up like this, and like you just it's the jump. I don't know if you can do it without the whip actually, but if you just like bomb behind them like that, that wasn't very good. I think if you're good enough at jumping, you can land on this edge here. You can bomb like across the rocks like this. I'm actually god-awful at jumping right now, I just lowered my sense. But you get the idea. You wanna bomb in, do some damage, but not necessarily die. If you can get behind them and stay alive, it's gonna do a lot more than if you just bomb into their medic, get 60 damage on him, and like leave. So, yeah, that's how that should go. If you can like land on their cliff or anything, anywhere where like they have to commit a lot to kill you, like if you land on their cliff, there's no way that they can just hold there and ignore you. They're gonna have to be looking at you, and while they're looking at you, that's when your team should get in. But it's the coordination that has to be there, because if the timing's off, they'll kill you and then kill the rest of your team. So you want to call where you're bombing, what you do damage to, and like what's fighting you, and your team has to go at like right after that bomb. So once there's eyes on you, once you go, they go. Everyone's in at the same time. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and if they're running a sniper, you can try and muscle your way up the left here. You can just bomb like from here onto China or something. But yeah, if you see that like they're grouped up tight, don't like try and land in 6 people and get a kill necessarily. You can try it, like you can do it once or twice to catch them off guard, but it's a lot safer to just jump, make space, and stay alive. Because then you can keep doing damage throughout that whole fight, and they have to commit a lot to kill you once you're behind.
What do you think the best team name is in Open right now?
Thunder, what is with you and always asking this question?
Hold on, I'm recording right
question.
now, but I'll be happy to discuss that with you as soon as. Is there any other questions you have? I think I covered like most. I'm trying to think what I haven't talked about. I talked about holding. Oh, I can talk about an Uber advantage push because you can still fuck those up. Like it's not a given that you win that. So yeah, a lot of times you won't get kills with your Uber, or you won't get more than 1 kill with your Uber. You just have to like accept that that's gonna happen and be okay with with just taking position. Like so, say his pocket, like your Uber gets popped here, you rocket jump once, and like they're gonna be like, they could even be like back here by then. So like you can do another jump, but what I like to do is instead of just like jumping and landing on all of them, just jump to a good position to keep fighting from. So like if they're backing up, say like you Uber back here and they're backing up like over here, instead of like just jumping and trying to land on all of them, like you can try jumping and landing on this like rock up here where it's a lot harder for them to kill you, and like you're gonna keep making space and just creating opportunities for your team like that, instead of trying to be the hero who like jumps in and like hits 2 directs on their medic. Because once you like, if you die while taking the point, it's just as bad as if you died holding the point, because it'll still give them the same numbers. So yeah, I'd just say as pocket, don't get too worried about getting kills with the Uber. And
So,
yeah, go ahead.
so like, do you like to see this map as like more of a map about defending your space that you have and taking more when you can rather than not dying?
Yeah, it's not like, I don't know, like you can, if you just play a Viaduct like it's a DM server, it's not gonna work unless you really have much better DM than the other team. Because even if you're getting 1-for-1 trades, it's not always worth it. However, that is one thing. If you're attacking and you see an opportunity to trade 1-for-1, you should take that every time, no matter what class you are and what class the enemy is. Or, I guess every time is a bit of an exaggeration, but in, like, equal situations where you're looking for something to push off, like, I would usually take it. The chance to trade.
Is there anything else we should know about the map besides spawn timers or stupid?
Yeah, I just say the single most important thing you can remember is that you win Viaduct by not dying. And do you guys have any other questions beyond that? No?
I don't think so.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
My highlighter team needs the server now, so